Hello everyone, welcome to my review of Transformer Studio Series number 51, Dark of the Moon Soundwave, Deluxe class, Dark of the Moon Soundwave. And man, am I happy to own this guy, because, you know, Shockwave and Soundwave are my favorite Decepticons, so having them in the live-action movies, which is also something that I really like, is something that I really personally very much like. And this is a very good representation of what he looked like in the Dark of the Moon movie, except for like one part that I'm kind of iffy on, and that is, see backpack, this part, it's just a big slop that's just hanging off. It's like, kind of wish they figured out what to do, but this is one nice looking figure if you like the movie designs. Otherwise, it's a horrendous design that can never be counted as a Soundwave. So let's get in close here on the details. On the head sculpt, first of all, not painted in silver, sadly enough, but a nice looking head sculpt nonetheless. However, it does kind of look like mine is crying because there's like an extra little red here. There's like a little bit of red there, so it looks like he's crying. But there's a lot, like some nice mechanical details in here. You got nice silver over here. This is a very silvery lad. But yeah, you got some nice, like the Mercedes logo picked out in the front. This is actually a design that I really like for Soundwave, better than that other thing that they pretended to call Soundwave. I'm talking about the Revenge of the Fallen Studio Series figure, which is garbage. I kind of wish that they just made like a smaller version of the Revenge of the Fallen Deluxe class figure, because that figure was fun. May not have been fully accurate, but it was fun. But yeah, here you go and look at his feet. He's got some nice good stompers, some nice big stompers, so he can stand, unlike Studio Series Mohawk, who is fantastic in every regard except for the fact that he can't stand. This one can stand. But we got some nice details here on the arms as well. Man, this figure is just full of like details and like sound wavy attacks. At least that's the way that I always imagined it. He was gonna do sound wave attacks. But that's also because in the Dark of the Moon game, he had like this sound wave type of gun, like pew 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 pew. But yeah, and then on the back we just have basically the top of the car. The clear plastic is on his back, so that nobody needs to see it. But that is it for his look, and like I said, it is a one nice looking look, better than that other figure that they released, the Dark of the Moon Deluxe one, which I actually have a version of, which I will show you later on. But I will preface this right now by saying I'm not transforming that thing. It is too frustrating to transform. That will be transformed whenever that figure gets its own video. But let's just move straight into the next segment, which is articulation, so his head can rotate. However, because of all the mechanical stuff here, his head gets blocked from really doing a full rotation. But there is supposed to be possibility for a full rotation, but he doesn't have it. His arms can do a full rotation. They can go in and out down here. However, also another issue is things don't really tab into place. Like there's like a little nub in here that is supposed to, I guess, hold this in place, but it just doesn't. So that's fun. But yeah, we got like the arms can go in and out. We have a swivel right here, an elbow bend that actually goes pretty far. And then his hands do absolutely nothing, but they do have a little bit of in and out because of transformation. So you can count that if you want to. He doesn't have a waist. That's a bit of a weird one. Even before this guy came out, a waist joint was a standard. But he doesn't have a waist. I don't really get why. I feel like there's room for... Yeah, there is enough room in here for a waist cut, but they just decided not to do it. Anyways, legs can go forward and back. Especially if you move the backpack out of the way, because if you keep the backpack in place, this is as far as you're going to get it. So if you move the backpack out the way, he can go further. He has an in and out. However, once again, stuff from the design start clashing into other stuff. So you don't really get much more than this. He does have a rotation up here, a bend at the knee, and his feet do absolutely nothing, not even an ankle tilt, which I'm just gonna say it. It's been a while since I've reviewed a figure, at least me, since I have reviewed a figure that does not have ankle tilt, so it's a bit weird to see that. But this was in year 3, I guess, of Studio Series, so I don't know if that's excusable, but this was before the 86 gang joined the fray, so that's probably why. Now then, let's look at accessories. And while Soundwave himself does not come with a gun, he does come with his little pal Laserbeak, who is just made out of clear plastic with big red beady eyes. As you can see. But this is one nice little guy. However, he does not transform, nor does he have any articulation. But he does have a little bit of articulation. His legs can go forward and back. But that's mainly so that you can pose him the way that you want to, because there is a little thing here on his arm that Laserbeak can just clip onto. And now Soundwave has Laserbeak on his arm, as he should. But that's about it for the figure. So let's move straight into size comparisons. Starting off, here he is with himself, the older figure from the past. And you can really see where they made improvements. They made so many improvements with this guy compared to this old one. This old one is it's the dark side version, which I like more, the deco, but it's not accurate. But the problem is that, you know, it's a bit clunky. You know, the design is a bit... It's too, like, in on itself. Like, the transformation parts clash into other parts. It's just not fun, which is why I'm not going to do it for this video. But here he is with his older self, so you can kind of... He is smaller, but he is so much better. So let's move straight into his Dark of the Moon pals. So here we got his lordship himself. Here we got the Screamer. And finally, to me, his best friend in the world, in the universe, Shockwave. Oh, the Soundwave is so small, the camera needed to be lower. But I guess, yeah, the problem is Starscream, you can kind of go here, I guess. There you go. Move the camera this way a bit. And there we have him, all of, basically the main Dark of the Moon Decepticon gang outside of the Dreads. Outside of the Dreads, this was it. Dark of the Moon really had a small cast because they reused everything in that movie. Great movie though, in my opinion. Great movie. Not perfect, because nothing is, but great nonetheless. So let's get these guys out of the way so we can get into the final segment of this. Well, so we can get into the next segment of this video, which will be the transformation. So let's transform the Dark of the Moon Shockwave Soundwave. What you want to do is you want to line this up so you can put this together, rotate the arm around, fill this up, put the hand inside here, line this up as well so you can tap all of this together and do the same thing on the other side. Because that is how Transformers usually goes. It is a halfway process. So now we got that done. Let's fold out the back here all the way. Untap there's like a tiny little tab attached to the foot that goes into the slot in there. So fold it up, and then fold up the back of the car all the way. Tap these two pieces together. There's a tab here, hole here. You know how it goes, transforming figures for long enough that you know how tab and hole works. So now you untap the waist assembly, which is always tight on mine for some reason, and push it back. Now we come to a bit of a difficulty situation, sadly enough, and that is this front piece, because I can't rotate these pieces without them popping off, because what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to rotate these pieces, but this always happens to me, so I like to just pop them off, rotate them around, pop them back in, and then have them hug the ports. There's like a tiny tab under here that goes in there, and then there's a tab back here. Let's see if I can show it up, like this little thingy that will hug it as well, or not. No, I always thought that hugged it. Oh no, that hugs it in robot mode. But yeah, but since I can't do it without pulling them off, because there's no clearance, we'll just pop them off and rotate them around like so. Now we got a nice looking front here. This is what I respect about this figure. It actually uses the front of the vehicle. No, don't tap back in. It actually uses the front of the vehicle as the chest. Now then, let us put everything in place where it's supposed to go. So starting off, we can put the hands back here. Other side as well. Keep Oh no. Like so. Take the head, push it backwards. Next up, what you want to do is you want to rotate the head around. So just push it in here. Through here, there you go. Now you can also do the legs. Actually, I was supposed to do the legs already. We don't need to tap that in, but I just wanted to rotate the head first. So yeah, now that what you want to do is you want to lift this up so that you can tab this in here. There are ports. I don't really see them, but I know that they tab together. You just want to take it and just push it up as far as it can go to look something like this. And then you can tab the back here into place like so. Now we can bring in the arms. Make sure to get it out of the way of everything and just push them in. And there's a tab here that will go in there. So you just need to get it back there. But yeah, tab the arms into place. That was a bit more of a struggle than normal. I don't know why. The arms just didn't want to go in. So I'll probably cut a bunch of that out of me just being like, go in. And then you want to lift up this piece here. Move it around. Oh my. But yeah, push it up. And this piece fell off. So of course, and there we go. We have Soundwave in his Mercedes-Benz mode. So here we have Soundwave in his Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG mode. And I didn't even have to look that one up because they say it a couple of times in Dark of the Moon. And I've seen Dark of the Moon way more than a reasonable person probably should. But that's because I genuinely love that movie. Anyway, this vehicle mode is wrong. Ah, it's so wrong. Because I played the Dark of the Moon video game. So for me, he was always like some kind of Mercedes SUV. He wasn't this snazzy sports car. He was this SUV type of van car. And I loved him as it. But yeah, it is very weird to see him in this mode. Because, to be honest, in the game, you can transform whenever you want. This form you really only see in pictures before it is revealed Soundwave was the thing all along. And then you get this long scene where Carly is in the car and then you got this Dylan, that was his name. Dylan being an absolute prick to Sam. While Sam is just yelling, let her go! Yeah, that's the only time you see it. But it's so weird that this is Soundwave because like I said, playing the game is just like, I kind of wish we got a gamer edition Soundwave from Dark of the Moon. I'm just saying, that would be a cool thing. Anyway, let's go into the details so we can rotate the camera downhill. So we got some nice headlights right here. By the way, this thing is greatly picked out in silver, beautiful silver. It's because he's so small. They can spend more money on like this kind of stuff. And also, that's the same thing that happened to Studio Series Jazz. He was also a small guy. We got some nice silver painted wheels here with... Is that the oh my god, with the Mercedes logo in the wheel as well. I don't think I can show that off, but it does happen. It is there. Oh my god, this is the first time I noticed it. And it says like B3 here or something like that. I don't know, or 6.3. Man, this thing's got a lot of details. The place where the gas goes, so you got those people who are trying to protect the planet who can get mad because this is a gas car. At least I think so, because that does not look like a place where you put the electricity. And also, this was 2011, and we didn't really have a lot of electric cars. And we got the nice Mercedes logo right there. Does this say Mercedes or... Because it's Mercedes SLS AMG. Or does it say AMG Pro? I don't know what it says. But we got SLS over here. Mercedes logo once again at the back. Nice, beautiful, red backlights. Absolutely, what a beautiful car. So, now then, the accessory can actually go nowhere. At least I haven't found a place where it can go. Because like, there's no tabbing point. I thought maybe like in here, because you got like a little gaping hole. But it's like, wait. Oh my god, you can actually do that. There's a tab here. This is the first time I figured it out. There you go. Now he's on top of the car. That made that thumbnail shot that I made for this video very difficult because I didn't know that was there. I had to balance him on top of that car. I did not know you could fold the legs back in order for that tab. I basically was like, alright, stay. No. Stay. 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 Meanwhile, I could have just done this. And plug it in for that transform it one. Oh man, if only I'd known that before. So you can, I was correct, by the way, with my assessment that this was how you store Laserbeak, but I didn't really see the tab. Because I didn't know the legs could go back that far. Because he's also kind of made out of some soft plastic, so I didn't really want to mess with him. However, my only real issue with Laserbeak is the fact that I feel like he should have had more black on him. Because in the movie and in the game, he had some more black on him. So it's kind of weird. Ah, man, for size comparison, I should have grabbed that garbage core class Laserbeak that turns into a pink, that's basically a pink bumblebee. Oh well, you live and you learn. I haven't grabbed it and I'm not gonna do it right now because I've had a busy day. Let's say that, of mainly transformations. Anyway, let's move into the size comparisons and lift this bad boy up so we can really get into the size comparisons. So starting off, here he is. Well, actually, I only have really one size comparison because, like I said, I'm not going to do the Dark of the Moon Soundwave transformation. So we just got the Dark of the Moon gang. Move this off to the side a bit. Move this over here. Move this over here. And then put this in here. And there you go. The Dark of the Moon gang all in their vehicle modes. And, yeah, one really stands out. One really stands out as one of these is not like the other. But yeah, but this is a nice looking set with, and Shockwave is also here for, you know, because to me he's always been Soundwave's best buddy. And that is in my own headcanon, by the way. There is no evidence of any continuity where Soundwave and Shockwave are best buddies. But to be honest, to me, they are the waves. The Decepticon waves. So yeah, but that is it for size comparison because I don't really have anyone else and I didn't really feel like transforming anyone else. Also for size comparison, I kind of forgot about this thing until later, but I have actually made a fan mode out of that Revenge of the Fallen Soundwave. So here it is, my little fan mode. Because in the Revenge of the Fallen video game, he turns into a jet. So I kind of finagled a jet mode out of it. It's the best that I can do with the limited amount of articulation that thing has. This is the best that I could do with all the things kind of pushing in the way. I think overall I did a pretty good job with like a jet mode version of Soundwave. Also, fold your head in. So yeah. Here we have that size comparison. I totally forgot about it. I'm gonna be honest here. I was about to record the reverse transformation, look to my side accidentally, and see this guy lying on my chair. Completely forgot about it. So, there you go. Now we will get into transformation. Now let's get into reverse transformation. So what you want to start off with is you want to take Laserbeak off and fold out Laserbeak's little feet and put him off to the side because he's not needed for this one. So, how do we start this transformation off? Well, that is a good question. Let's start it off by taking the front here and rotating it down. Taking the head here and rotating it around and tabbing it in like so. Then what you can do is you can untab these things and just pull them off apparently. I didn't want to pull you off, apparently putting force in. And then tab them back in. But rotate them around and then there's a little hook back here that this thing is going to hook around. So do the same thing on the other side. So just untab it from the front. Come on. Okay, you are starting to be a little bit more annoying than I thought. Just untap. Okay, fine. We'll do it like that then. You guys better not be upset that this happened, okay? I didn't put force into it and I didn't even want to do this. Also, make sure that this little thing here is over the chest here. And there we have Soundwave's face done. So next up what you want to do is you want to untap the arms from the back here. So just pull a little bit on the back, not too much, just a little bit, just enough to get the arms untapped. Untap the arms fully, take this back piece here and just untab it. I like to just shake the legs a bit to get it loose because it is made out of clear plastic and it's not the nowadays clear plastic, which is still very scary as to anyone who watched my Origin Wheeljack review, you will have seen that that was very scary. Anyway, next up, you got these two hooks here that are going to hook in here. So just push them in like so. Split the legs. Rotate this down, and eventually this is going to untab itself. So just do that. I like to just rotate this down and like boom, done. And it will eventually tab itself into place as well. There's a little tab here that's going to go into a thing here. So there we go. We got Soundwave almost done. Boys, what we are missing are a couple arms. So you want to basically take this piece here and just untab it. There's a little hook, as you can see. And then rotate it down. Then what you want to do is you want to come in here, and as you can see, there is a hand stuck in here. So we'll pull out the hand and then fold this glass piece over it. Rotate this down, and there we have Soundwave's arm number 1. And also untap this piece. Next up, do the same thing on the other side. So just rotate this down, rotate this up, rotate this around. Open this bad boy up. Take the hand out. And rotate it like so. Now we have one little piece left to go, and that is you want to fold this piece here up and around. Make sure it doesn't get in the way of anything. And then just plop it down, and here we have Soundwave. Once, you know, you get him standing back in his robot mode. So, final thoughts on Dark of the Moon Soundwave. Man, this is such a good figure. A lot better. I like it a lot more than the original Dark of the Moon Soundwave. But that's because you have room to maneuver. You got room to move. And that is literally what makes this figure better. Because with the other one, you have stuff clashing into other stuff. You can barely rotate stuff around. It's basically a nightmare. But here, the transformation is smooth. However, I do wish that certain things actually pegged in, like these wheels here at the top. I kind of wish they actually just did peg in. No, Laserbeak, don't fall off. Peg back in here. But outside that, he's a great figure. And I really like him a lot. He is smaller scaled, but that kind of compensates itself with all the silver paint and the laser beak that you get with it. Also, I forgot to show it off. And the reason that I forgot to show it off is because this thing actually comes with Grindor. But here we have him with Ravage as well, the other little boy. However, we don't really have Frenzy in that movie. And I guess here we have Frenzy as well. But the one from the first movie, because we do not yet have a Studio Series figure of him either. But here we got Frenzy, Laserbeak, and Ravage together with Soundwave. But yeah, is this Soundwave worth it? I will say yes. However, just like I said, in all of these Studio Series reviews that are of older Studio Series figures, they are entirely worth it, but not for aftermarket price. Because, well, those things are way too overpriced. But that has been my review of Transformers Studio Series number 51, Deluxe Class Dark of the Moon, Soundwave, and Laserbeak. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that bell, and comment your thoughts on this figure. And please check out my Let's Play channel, linked in the description and at the end of the video. I upload 3 videos every day of different games, but mainly Pokemon. And I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye!